Hello and welcome to Flory Models Kit Review Time. Today we've got Meng's latest release. This is the 1/72nd scale Ornithopter. Now again, if you're a Dune fan, you'll know all about this particular bird, but it's a very much an insect-inspired transport helicopter type thing from obviously the film Dune. Originally, it was released in a smaller scale. I can't even remember what scale it was now. And I must admit, I was really impressed until I realised it fitted in the palm of your hand. It literally was like a life-size dragonfly. So again, it was one of those, it was like very, very disappointing. And then obviously they came out with a decent size one. And this looks really, really nice. And again, this is one of those ones where, like a lot of us who've got 3D printers and that, there's some beautiful 3D files out there with it. But the thought of actually doing the thing's wings in 3D printed format, it sort of scares me a little bit. One, they're very, very big. They're going to take forever to print, and I don't know how sort of strong they would actually be joining and things like that. So again, it's one of those ones where I was actually thinking this type of kit in styrene form is probably better than resin, purely because of obviously with the sort of complexity and delicacies of it, being in this particular medium of styrene will be a lot stronger for doing it. Anyway, looking on the box, you can see we've got one of the actual harvesters down below in here and on. They do two formats of this one. As again, there's sort of the gunship version and there's a normal one. So there is two of them just the same way as they did the smaller ones as well. All right, so you've got it. So that's actually what it looks like. So again, great little details with this. It's got a really nice cockpit by the look of it, and the sort of the cargo bits and things. Really nice design of the actual the way the little wings work, folded up. Again, really for storage, it'd be absolutely great, just like the real thing. When it's not going, it folds up, or you can actually have it as well with the actual wings out and in position. So very, very nice with that one. Kit number for this one is DS007. And again, a nice picture, and it does look like you're going to stand with it. So if you do want to do it in flight with the wings out as well, you can see it's got a really nice stand for that one, and you can sort of, decorate and paint it as you would like. So inside the box, we are greeted by Meng's usual blurb sheet. We've got it, and there we go. Gives you an idea of the size. Definitely more practical than the last one by a million miles. All right, because the other one was literally like, is that it? All right, so we've got them down in there. It is in this sort of olive drabby type styrene colour. That's what we were talking about with the size of the wings on this thing. So this is not going to be small. It's going to be quite a lump on here. It's actually a very, very complex wing design. It's not like rotors you'd find on a helicopter and things like that. Again, so got those. Some more parts down inside. And again, looking at it, it's got really large, big locating tabs, which actually I don't think is a bad thing. That's your stand, or part of your stand. And again, really nice touch that it does come with a stand like this. So we've got the stand, so have a look at that properly. Clear parts, as you can imagine, so the actual around the cockpit area, and we've actually got the wing system itself, the way it goes, all right? And then down in the bottom, we've obviously got the instructions, and that's where we'll start. So, usual blurb, how to make a model kit and all the rest of it. We've actually got a pilot figure as well, so that's quite nice with this one. So you usually get one pilot figure. It looks like we've got a couple of other ones as well for down in the back there. So usual thing, it's literally starting off with that cockpit area. Not massively much detail down in here. It's futuristic, so I'm sure it's all touchscreen. All right. Then we've got down in here, and this is how the actual the wings, I'm going to call them wings, they're not blades, they're wings, how the wings actually work. All right, and again, the way that they lock together in that looks a little bit complex, but actually I think it's only sort of 5 or 6 parts making up that lump, but they are geared and toothed, so obviously I assume they've got a little bit of movement together, and that's how they're going to work. All right, so that's how it works, this giant section down in here for these complex wing systems. So that's actually going to fit in there just like that. All right, then obviously you've got the cockpit section is going to go in. You've got the rear ramp, the various bits and pieces. I'm not sure if it's an active rear ramp, but it looks like it is the way it actually has got the design for it, so it might actually open and close. Down onto this one, then you're adding all the lumps and bumps down onto the outside. A lot of this thing is polycaps and the way it goes together, so I'm assuming there's probably a reason for that, that maybe we can have the gear, which will be very much up and down. And then adding all the little parts. So we've got the wing mounts going onto it, and then the various things down in here. So we've got the turret down at the front for the weapon system, all the glass work going in around the canopy and framing, and then working it down. And then down in here, as you can see, you can have them with the blades folded or out. Again, it looks like it's like a click system in here. You've got the actual click symbol. So that's what that's telling you to as they go in. Nice thing is it's not one and done each way. It is posable. So you can move the rotors to the rear. So you can have it basically displayed how you want to do it. Again, you've got rotational things with these, 180 degrees, and then folding them back as well. So you've got some nice options down in there. We've got the landing legs, obviously, all going down in there as well, so you can have them stowed or deployed. We've got these in there. And all the way through on this, what I'm seeing, and again, we'll double check this, is large parts. So I'm wondering if it's all interchangeable, because it looks like it is. It looks like it's actually interchangeable, so it is. So we've got it with the gear down, or then we can replace it to have it with the gear up. Again, really nice that we've got interchangeable parts on this. So it makes it almost a working and definitely a posable model as well. Onto this one, then we've got the stand, depending if you want to use it or not, but really nice. If you are going to do it in flight, you can do it in there just like that. And there we go. That's your little Dragonfly-esque system all put together. Again, one of those ones that looks a little bit different, very science fiction. And obviously, if you're a Dune fan, you're going to be absolutely in love with it. No decals and things, as far as I've just seen either. So let's start down in here with the... Sorry about the crinkly bag. So down in here, we've actually got the cockpit section, and we've actually got the main parts. We just drop the camera down just a little bit, just till we get a proper look at this. To be honest, it looks very, very nice. You've got a little bit of texture running on the plastic as well, pretty much like the real thing's got. The details, although it's not tons of them, but let's face it, when you're looking at modern aircraft, stealth jets, things like that, they don't have lumps and bumps and rivets all over. It's all composite. This is obviously designed because it's from the future or a different galaxy far, far away. All right. Again, the other thing with this, which is sort of very Bandai-esque, is these very large locating areas of where it goes together. It's almost a snap type. But again, it's big, it's chunky, it's bulky, it's got lots of moving parts. You want this thing to go together. And I think definitely looking at it, as you can see, it is going to do that. So it looks, to be honest, there on sprue A, very, very nice indeed. All right. We've also got the front canopy area. So again, you've got all the glass work on the bottom and on there as well. That looks nice. Nice little one-piece moulding. One little tab just to take care of. Good, clean, crisp. Got little edges and very sharp details to this one. Very true to the film. So that's very nice indeed. Then if we look at this sprue here. So down in here, whilst we've got it, we've got these, which I assume are little antennas. Oh no, it's the symbols. It's actual symbols. So these, I assume, then press into the side. Ah, so it does. So these parts here literally press in the side. So again, interesting way. Instead of doing a decal or something like that to keep them embossed and to be part of it, the actual symbols, I always thought they were just like a decal onto here. They've done them as well. So in theory, you could not paint this, which is an interesting sort of idea with this. So here we got sprue E. Some of the areas, and again, the attention to detail is very, very nice. As I said, I'm not, massive up on this. I've seen the film, but it looks very good. But the details on the floor and the various areas, it all looks very sharp. All of this gear with the mechanics of it and the various parts, all looking very, very nice. Looks pretty good and sharp. The seats are all looking very good. Again, it's one of those ones where, to be honest, the engineering, although it's big and it's clunky, as long as it's all out of the way, I'm a fan. I think that looks very, very nice indeed. All right. So down on here, we've got a staple bag for me to kill myself on. For anybody who's wondering, years ago, I did a review and had a staple in the bag and almost tore my hand in half trying to get it out of the bag. That's why I say about that. Anyway, as you can see, this is the sort of the business end with the guts of it all on here. And again, when you move down to the close-up, you can see this is for the sort of rotors, or sort of the wings to come through and everything else. And this design down in here, this is good, solid, strong plastic, that's going to be, you're going to be manipulating it and moving it. And again, with these, it's this clip tight, almost Lego-esque. I think you describe it as part. It's very reminiscent, to be honest, of Bandai stuff. And this is obviously that big gearbox for actually the actual wings itself, and the way that it attaches and goes. It's big, it's chunky, it'd have to be, because as you see in a moment, we're going to have a lot of plastic hanging off of this. So it needs to be. So here they are, the big parts. So this is the rotors themselves. I won't get both out, we'll just get one out for the moment and we can see, but there we go. Nice detailing on these right the way through, raised and recessed details right the way through this entire kit. And again, both sides looking very, very nice. And again, they're going to have a little bit of flex in them. It's really thinly done. But again, they do flex in real life, so that's what you want. But again, all of these locating type areas, big, chunky, you know, because this is going to be like a click fit. This goes in, so it needs to be. We've got no sink marks. There's definitely no flash on here, but we don't have that with Meng. Anyway, but again, you can see the texture already in these kits, looking really, really nice, to be honest. That's very nice indeed. Okay, so here's our little figures. So we'll look at those in a moment, but we've got other parts. So this is sprue D, as you can see, looking again, really nice. The details on the flip side. So again, you've got this very nice. Again, it's very Bandai-esque and almost toy-like, the way you've got all these big joins and it's going to clip together. It's almost like a snap-tight kit rather than a classic styrene clip, because obviously there's tons and tons of joins. Down in here, we've got that rear ladder. So we've got it obviously with it deployed and with it closed. You've got the options, as we know, on this kit right the way in there. So again, looking very, very nice indeed. Really strong, sharp. Last up, we've got those figures. So you say you have got a crew of 4. So that looks pretty, you know, as you'd expect, 70-second scale figures. All right. I'm not going to worry about taking this out of the bag because it is what it is. It's just smooth plastic, but you get the idea. It's just going to be whacking that together. And again, same with the base. You've got the nice pattern on the bottom with that, so you can do something with it. You can give it a sand effect. It has got a texture, sand texture to this, and also this isn't flat. You know, it is actually curved and molded. It's not just a flat base. It's like a sand dune. Funny enough. The name's a giveaway. All right, so parts protected. Really nice. If I can find the end. Where's the end? That's a clue for the end. Don't make me cut. There we go. So clear parts, they're pretty flat, and as you can see, because of that, they are absolutely crystal clear. Beautifully done, very, very nice indeed. So again, I think that's a testament to it. So yeah, I have to say, I actually really like this. This is, wanted Matt to get me one, so to be honest, he was just down here and he brought me one down, and I was really looking forward to it. Imagine my disappointment when I found out the first one was like that big, because I wanted something big. Instead, then I looked at the 3D printed ones, and I was actually just thinking, trying to 3D print this, yeah, it's going to be a struggle. Obviously, if you've got a better 3D printer, I've got an old one. But I thought, yeah, okay, we'll wait. And then I've been waiting and waiting for this kit to come along. And to be honest with you, I'm not disappointed. I absolutely love this. And as a lot of you know, come December, I always call it sci-fi month, and I always do something sci-fi, he says, as I'm working on a Space 1999 Eagle. But I think I might do another one. So watch out for this one before the end of the year, because I definitely intend to build it, because it looks like it's a lot of fun and it'll build up to be a beautiful looking model. You do so much with this one, with the weathering, give it that nice worn, dusted look for the environment that it is in the film. So yeah, absolute. So I have to say, Meng, well done for taking on the franchise and getting it. It's a really interesting sort of sci-fi vehicle, something that we haven't really seen before. Quite complex engineering, the way it goes, just to make all these sort of wings work, you know, because let's face it, you have got 8 wings on this that need to fold and move and do all the rest of it quite realistically. And actually, I think they've nailed it. So from that point of view, good on you. And I actually have to say, it's an absolute must kit.